You are now watching Streetnerdz Podcast, Conspiracy Mixtape Volume 6. You Are What You Eat, hosted by yours truly, Eddie Mac. Let's get into the video, y'all.
This mysterious
For the worst. Jimbo, why don't you assist Lunch Lady Doris in the kitchen?
It's hard for me to clean this giant pot when you keep spilling meat tenderizer all over me. Oh, great. Now I gotta work in the dark.
This sandwich tastes so young and impudent. Seymour, what's with the good grub?
Well, perhaps I ought to let you folks in on a secret. You remember me telling Jimbo Jones that I'd make something of him one day?
Are you saying you killed Jimbo, processed his carcass, and served him for lunch?
I wonder where Jimbo is today. He should have beaten us up for our lunch money an hour ago.
Oh, lunch lady, please to have another sloppy Jimbo. How's the school night?
No, that's your third helping, young man. It's making you fat and soft and tender. You just cut in line, didn't you? Reported attention, Ooter.
For how long?
Oh, about 7 minutes a pound should do it.
Okay, I got your German grub right here.
Bart, does it strike you as odd that Uter disappeared and suddenly they're serving us this mysterious food called Uterbraten?
Oh, relax, kids. I've got a gut feeling Ooter's around here somewhere. After all, isn't there a little Ooter in all of us? In fact, you might even say we just ate Ooter and he's in our stomachs right now. Wait, scratch that one.
Mom, you've gotta help. They're cooking kids in the school cafeteria.
Listen, kids, you're 8 and 10 years old now. I can't be fighting all your battles for you.
But Mom...
No buts. You march right back to that school, look them straight in the eye and say, "Don't eat me."
Okay.
For the worst.
Tell me why I ordered some chicken. Okay, so tell me why I ordered some chicken and got home and they fried me up a freaking rat, y'all. What the hell?
Now, after a year and 3 weeks, it is now time to say goodbye to the Big Mac. I bought it on the 2nd of February, 2023, and it's now the 23rd of February, 2024, and there is no sign of mold. But before I chuck the Big Mac, I'm going to start the second half of this experiment, and that is, as you can see, the lettuce after a year is still green. So I'm going to pull the lettuce off. As you can see, very much still green. And if you can you see the shine on my gloves? There's still some kind of moisture in it. It's not dried out. You can see the green on this piece of paper. And let me see if I can get some color. I don't know if you can see. This is a lettuce that is an actual year old. In fact, I'll probably end up going to keep this lettuce to see how long it takes. So this lettuce from this Big Mac is a year and 3 weeks old and is still retaining its color. That is actually quite a serious deep green. So what I've decided to do, I'm just like, is this to do? Because I'm going to pull another one off, which is white. I don't know. What I'm going to do is I have decided to buy, I'm going to take these gloves off, a salad from McDonald's. So this is the salad, the side salad from McDonald's, which has got some onions, a tomato, etc., etc. And I want to see whether the fact that this lettuce didn't, where did I even put it? Yeah, still on paper. That this lettuce didn't go brown after a year and 3 weeks. Is it to do with the lettuce or is it to do with the environment in which the lettuce was in? So here is my plate. I'm now going to put the side salad on here, move it around. I might actually put it on a bigger plate. And I want to see what happens to this salad. How brown it goes, how fresh it stays. So I am going to leave this on another bookshelf in my house just to see how long it takes, because quite frankly, this lettuce is a year and 3 weeks old and yet has retained its green and still has a bit of moisture in it as well. It's not completely dry. It's still nice and floppy. For me, people, oh gosh, people tell me how that is possible. How a lettuce that is not connected to the roots, that has not been watered, has not been out in the sun, has managed to retain its colours. Even lettuce that is still growing, if it doesn't get the right conditions, it goes brown. So yeah, sorry, I've just managed to pick it off the floor. So this lettuce, I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually probably going to keep this on the paper to see what happens once I've moved it from the burger, because I don't think it's normal, and tell me whether I'm wrong in this, that a lettuce that is not connected to anything, is been cut up, has been, is out in the house, there's no sun, there is no I have not watered it in any way, shape or form, has still managed to retain its colour, and yet we have lettuce that is growing, and look, yeah. So I've decided to get the salad itself to see how long it takes for this salad to brown and to show the signs of, you know, deterioration. Yeah, so let's see what happens, because even the tomato in the plant just dehydrated and didn't do nothing. So I'm going to leave it by itself and see what happens with that. But yeah, I really think that's crazy. It is so crazy. Look at that. See the green on my shirt, green on the paper. It's really crazy. I think it's really crazy. So yeah, let's just say goodbye to the Big Mac, but thank you very much for the lessons. And yeah, as always, oh, why am I doing this to myself? No mold. Oddly enough, there is some shining oil looking thing. I don't know if you're going to see it on the camera. But yeah, the lettuce still looks good. Everything still looks good. So yeah, bye Big Mac. This is a year and 3 weeks old.
This is similar to that of freeze drying. First, the body is frozen to minus 18 degrees Celsius and submerged in liquid nitrogen. Under such low temperatures, soft and elastic materials become hard and brittle. The body is then refrozen to minus 196 degrees Celsius, causing crystallization. After 2 hours, the liquid nitrogen evaporates as a harmless nitrogen gas. 60 seconds of ultrasonic vibration reduces the remains to powder. The powder is passed to a vacuum-sealed chamber where frozen water sublimates and is released as steam. Afterwards, mercury, sodium, and more than 50 other foreign substances are removed. The remains are packed into an organic coffin and buried. After a year, the remains turn into soil, which can feed a tree. Irish company Eco Legacy offers a similar burial service, with the exception that the energy that is expended.
The chances of you seeing this video are so rare. There's 500 million users on TikTok, and you will probably never see my account again. But I'm not gonna ask you to follow me. I'm not.
How on earth do you grow human meat?
I want to introduce you to our nutrient vat.
Hello, nutrient vat, Greg Wise, telepresenter, and your job is?
Well, what its job is, it processes thin slices of tissue in a nutrient-rich mix, which you see here, and then cells start to grow. So over a 24-hour period, these will slowly fuse together into one great big, what we call a cake.
So you're telling me that that is human flesh?
Exactly.
But why human meat? Why not animal meat?
That's a very good question. We've got centuries of knowledge of human medicine at our side. We know more about humans than we do about animals. So we've mastered engineering human cells to make these structured flavours and sinews that we expect from the flavours of steaks we eat.
That's right, a protein made from human cells that promises to be cheaper and tastier than any of its competitors. I'm Greg Wallace, and I'm off to visit Good Harvest, where a whopping 6 tons of human meat is engineered every day. That is stunning. With the promise of cheap meat for all, it may well be the meaty miracle we need.
Meet your meat.
Your meat. Fast food restaurants and what you're consuming. Let's go.
You find a report that comes out, so they use the good parts of the body, what do they do with the rest? Then suddenly you find that 25% of McDonald's burger is human remains. The world's not ready for that yet. No, it's not, because most of the world eat it. Exactly right. But I tell you what, that'll put them out of business when that becomes public knowledge. Do we have no food for you? Because we have a shutdown. Or do we give you some little quick salads that the first lady will make along with the second lady? They'll make some salads. And I said, you guys aren't into salads. Or do I go out, Lindsey Graham and Jim Scott, do I go out and send out for about 1,000 hamburgers? Big Mac. So we actually we bought 1,000. Burger King, all American companies. Burger King, Wendy's, and McDonald's. We have Big Macs, we have quarter pounders with cheese, we have everything that I like, that you like.
There's a Jewish man by the name of Rabbi Finkelstein. I want you to listen to what he's about to say. Roll the clip. Listen to this.
I know that on your Passover, which isn't mine, that a lot of little children do disappear, and I do know that, and I know a lot of police departments and agencies have been informed, but you're very open. You're very open tonight. I'm very surprised that you're talking about the bloodletting of the little children, that you put their blood in the matzo balls, and that you eat it on sacrifice on Passover. Well, there was a Goyim that wrote a book about it back in the 30s. I forget his name at the moment. But anyway, he wrote the book. People didn't buy the book. People don't want to listen. We've been doing this for thousands and thousands of years, since down to Adam's time. We take the children of our enemy, which is the white race, and we bring them to the basements in the synagogues, where we drain the blood and watch them die there. It's very similar to how we do the sacrifices that we do with the kosher butchery, and so we do that, and then we mix it with the Passover bread, and so we eat the blood of our enemies. And the bodies, we're not cannibals, so what we do is we take those, because we can make some shekels, and we give them to the slaughterhouses, and those are pounds and pounds and pounds of meat that we grind up in the sausage and the hamburger, and that's why we made those the most popular thing, sausage for breakfast and hamburger for lunch. And so all the Goyim out here are really eating their children. And
For more content like this, like, share, and follow. Peace.
Minus 18 degrees Celsius, and submerged in liquid nitrogen. Under such low temperatures, soft and elastic materials become hard and brittle. The body is then refrozen to minus 196 degrees Celsius, causing crystallization. After 2 hours, the liquid nitrogen evaporates as a harmless nitrogen gas. 60 seconds of ultrasonic vibration reduces the remains to powder. The powder is passed to a vacuum-sealed chamber, where frozen water sublimates and is released as steam. Afterwards, mercury, sodium, and more than 50 other foreign substances are removed. The remains are packed into an organic coffin and buried. After a year, the remains turn into soil, which can feed a tree. Irish company Eco Legacy offers a similar burial service, with the exception that the energy that is expelled is reused in future burial processes.
Consumers exposed to chemicals and additives that have been banned in other countries. Potassium bromate is a suspected carcinogen that's banned for human consumption in Europe as well as China and India, but legal in the US, where it's used by some food makers to strengthen dough and estimated to be present in over 100 products.
There is evidence that it may be toxic to human consumers, that it may even either initiate or promote the development of tumours.
Professor Eric Millstone is an expert on food additives and told us European countries take a much more cautious approach to food safety.
Can we say for sure that these differences in regulations mean that people in the US have developed cancers that they would not have developed if they'd been eating only in Europe?
I think that is almost certainly the conclusion that we could reach.
It's not just potassium bromate, but many other chemicals and substances that are banned here in Europe over health concerns but considered safe by the FDA.
Do you think most Americans are aware that they're being exposed to substances that are viewed as dangerous over here?
They probably just think, well, if it's available and it's in the store, then it's probably fine.
Is food safety a part of that decision?
For sure, yeah.
How am I going to protect my children when it's just everywhere?
I will make this point. If you came down, as an alien to Earth, to the United States, and saw what's going on, 80% of adults obese right away, metabolic dysfunction, 8 to 10 top killers tied to food, just getting away from our evolution, right? You'd have a clear policy recommendation. Let's really focus on food. Let's focus on teaching kids how to exercise, how to meditate, to get control of their mind, how to eat healthy. That would obviously, anyone, 100% of the time say that's the policy recommendation. That's not what we do. We wait for everyone to get sick and then drug them, and it's much more expensive. In the United States, and this is an important point going back to Ozempic, the obesity drug, because the system's so rigged, because pharma spends 3 times more than any other industry on lobbying, the United States is not able to negotiate the drug price, even though they're the largest payer. So Ozempic, prices don't go down, the volume goes up. Prices are going up in healthcare and quality is getting worse. So Ozempic is $2,500 a year. It's not going down. There's a full core press for government subsidization, taxpayer funding. It literally, this sounds hyperbolic, but this is the case. If that is prescribed how it's projected, that will be trillions of dollars over the next 10 years.
If you know anybody that shops for groceries at Aldi's, Publix, Costco, and even Sam's Club, you need to watch this video. A ton of different meat products were just recalled for a possible contamination with salmonella. So a nationwide warning of salmonella has caused a range of cured meats to be recalled over fears that they are contaminated. So the FSIS is working with the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention and state public health officials to investigate a multi-state outbreak of salmonella. The potentially contaminated products were shipped to distributor and retail locations nationwide, including stores such as Publix, Aldi, Sam's Club, and Costco. Now, like I said, there's a bunch of products that are in this recall, so I'll do my best to show you them all. You're gonna have to pause and read, but if you have any of these meats, you need to return them. The PDF file that I'm showing you right now is public for you to look at if you need to Google it, but I'm telling you there's so many products, pause and read. With the amount of products that are recalled, if you have any ready-to-eat meats at this point, just don't eat them. This is another screenshot, pause and read. Here's another one, pause and read. This is another one, pause and read. All of the different recalled items are ready-to-eat meats for charcuterie boards, so like pepperoni, stuff like that.
It's been 50 years since we've seen a new cemetery pop up in the US. Sounds bizarre, right? But what if I told you the truth is even stranger? Let's dive into some spine-tingling theories. Ever heard of Soylent Green? That old movie where people are turned into food? Some say it's not just sci-fi anymore, and no new cemeteries, so where are all the bodies going? One theory suggests they're being repurposed. Yeah, you heard that right. Into what, you ask? Food, materials, you name it. Sound far-fetched? Maybe. But consider this. Why haven't we seen any new burial grounds? Another theory points a finger at secret underground facilities. Hidden from public view, these places allegedly store the remains in ways we can't even imagine. Think Area 51, but for the deceased. Creepy, right? And then there's the theory that's truly out there. What if the government has found a way to make bodies disappear? Advanced tech, alien help, who knows? But if true, it raises some pretty disturbing questions. So what do you think? Are these just wild theories, or is there something more sinister at play? Next time you pass by an old cemetery, remember this video. Because the truth might be buried deeper than we think.
I can't even pull it out. Where'd it go? It's still something in there. It's still in there. Man, I was hungry. That was a
Treehouse Foods has expanded its recall to include all waffle and pancake products because of a possible listeria contamination. The recalled products were packed under a wide range of different brand names, including Kodiak, Good and Gather, and Simple Truth. All products in the recall feature best buy dates of October 1st, 2024 to October 11th, 2025. The company says consumers who have the products should either throw them out or return them to the point of purchase.